Hello everyone, welcome to UiPath Solutions by Siva. In this video, we are going to see how to align the data in the Excel file. Let me show you the Excel file. Here if you see in the column total amount, the values appears as ash, but the actual data we can see by expanding the column width. The same way, if you see here, few of the rows width is small and few of the rows width is big. And here in column description the text is wrapped, right? Let me show you the data in the sheet 1. Here if you see the data in this sheet 1 is properly aligned, right? So by looking at this data inside this sheet, we can easily read the data and we can easily grab the data. We are going to align the data using the Excel VBA, and that Excel VBA code we are going to call using the Invoke VBA in the UiPath Studio. Let's see how to write the Excel VBA. Let me copy the data to one more sheet, just for our practice purpose. First, let me tell you how to align the data manually, and then we will see that using the VBA. So to align the data, first we have to select all the columns and then all the rows, okay? And then here if you see here there is a wrap text, right? In general, by clicking on this, the data will be wrapped. Here if you see there is a format, we need to expand this columns width, right? So let me click on the column width. Let me enter some number 21, so it's okay. Now the column width are adjusted. Here if you see in this column invoice number, some values are in the middle, some values are to the left, to the right. So let me select this and let me click on this left button, okay? And the same way for second column also. If you see the F column, this is the date, so let me convert this into date using the date option. So let me go to custom, okay, date, right? Date custom, and then just I want to convert into DD, okay, yyyy format, okay? And then let me apply. Now let me convert this column also, okay? Now let me apply the some color, okay? Now it looks nice compared to the original data. Here the data is not aligned properly. Now we have aligned this data. Now let's do it same by VBA. To write the VBA, we need a VBA editor. For that we need to click on the developer tool and we need to click on the Visual Basics, or we can use the Alt F11 to open the editor. Let me maximize. Let me insert one module. I have already written the VBA code. Let me copy paste here. I will explain the entire code line by line. What are the methods and what is the use of the method. In VBA, we always write the piece of code under the subprocedure. SUB is the subprocedure and A is its name. Here I have considered the subprocedure name as A. You can consider any name. And it should always end with the end subprocedure, okay? Next, let me minimize this so that it will be easy to explain. Worksheets of sheet 1.select. It means selecting the sheet 1. Here if you see in the workbook there are 3 sheets, right? So out of these 3 sheets, which sheet we need to select? In case if I update, here instead of sheet 1, if I update the vendor inventory sheet will be selected, okay? Next, range of A1.select. It means selecting the A1 cell. Range of Selection.End xlToRight.select. It means in previous line A1 cell was selected, right? So on this selection, this indicates the direction. On that selection, moving towards right side, that means selecting all the columns till the last column. The next line is range of selection, Selection.End xlDown.select. It means moving towards downside. In previous line we selected all the columns, so now we are moving towards downside on that selection. Let me select all the columns. Okay, now on that selection we are moving towards downside. Let me show you. On this selection, moving towards downside. Okay, next on this selection we have selected all the columns and all the rows, right? On that selection, with selection means on that selection, WrapText is equal to true means here if you see the WrapText has been already selected. It true means selecting the WrapText, enabling the WrapText. WrapText is equal to false means deselecting the WrapText. Here if you see the WrapText has been selected. By this WrapText is equal to false, WrapText will be deselected. Let me show you by clicking on this. You can see, right, WrapText has been deselected. Let me click on again. Next, column width is equal to 21. It means on this selection, we have to expand this column width, right? Let me show you. Here we have the column width, right? The moment when you click on column width, we will get one option to adjust the column width based on the value. Let me give 21. If I give 21, all the column width will be adjusted. Okay, like this. Let me click on Ctrl Z. The next line is range of A1 dot select. It means selecting the cell A1. Okay. The next line is range of selection, Selection.End of xlToRight.select. We have already covered this syntax in previous here, but let me tell you again. Range of selection, it means in previous we have selected the cell A1. On that selection we are moving towards right side of the A1. That means from A1 to towards right side. That means selecting all the columns. Next line, with the selection, we have selected all the columns from A to H. On that selection, okay, Font.Color, it means changing the font color. Interior.Color, it means changing the background color. Let me consider the index. Instead of writing the color name, let me take the index. Font.Color index. The same way here also. Index. Let me show you how many different color indexes we have. There are total 56 indexes. Let me consider 6 and 3. 6 for background and 3 for font color. Okay. Interior.Color index, this is to change the background color. Let me take here 6 means yellow color, and let me take here 3. It means red color. So font color will be changed to red and background color will be changed to yellow color. The next line is columns of A:(A dot select. It is used to select the entire column A irrespective of how many rows it has. Okay. Next, with the selection, on this selection column A, horizontal alignment is equal to left. Means aligning the content to the left side of this column. Let me show you here. Aligning the content of the data to the left side of this column. Okay, let me click on Ctrl Z. Next line is columns of B:(B dot select. It is used to select the entire column B irrespective of how many rows it has. Okay. On this selection, on selecting the column B, okay, horizontal alignment is equal to left. Just moving the content of this column to the left side, like this. Okay, let me click on Ctrl Z. Next, columns of f colon f dot select, the same, selecting the entire column f, and on this selection moving the content of the data to the left. Okay, and again on the same selection, changing the format of the column, entire column, to ddmmyy. Let me show you. This is the f column. Okay, first what we are doing, selecting the entire f column, and then on that selection moving the content of the data to the left side. Okay, and then number format, changing the column data format to ddmmyy format. Okay, let me go here, number format, custom format, and then this is ddmmyy, changing the content to in this format. Okay, next, the next line is columns of h colon h dot select. It means selecting the entire column h irrespective of how many rows it has. On that selection, horizontal alignment is equal to xleft. That means moving the content of data to the left side, like this. Now we are going to call this VBA code in UiPath Studio using Invoke VBA activity. Okay, let's see. Let me open the UiPath Studio. To use the VBA code in Excel, we need Excel application scope. We can use either classic activities or modern activities. Either one works fine, no problem. Let me take Excel application scope. Okay, here I am taking the classic activity. We can take either one, no problem. Let me select the file. Next, we need to use Invoke VBA. Let me provide the path of the text file. Okay, here in the place of main, we have to give the subprocedure name. What is the subprocedure name we have considered? Let me check. Here we have considered the subprocedure name as A. Let me give. Yeah. Before we run the code, we need to make sure that two settings in Excel should be enabled. Those two are trust access to VBA should be enabled, and then second one is enable VBA macro should be enabled. Let me show you where are these two options. Excel, open any Excel. Okay, go to file, go to options, click on trust center, go to trust center settings, macro settings. These two options should be enabled. Enable VBA macros and trust access to VBA. These two options should be enabled. I have already enabled, so let me click on OK. Okay, let me close this. Now let me run the code. It's completed. Let me show you the result. In the vendor inventory sheet, the data has been aligned. That's all in this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you really like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.